Alright, so I've got this Amiga 1000 I've had for a pretty good while, and I was planning on doing another project with it, and I just kind of lost interest in the project. So what I want to do now is I want to add this Kickstart ROM Relocator that I've had for a while. I had it in another 1000, and this had been sitting here for months, and I never even plugged it in to test it, but I tested a little while ago, and it does work. It's in pretty decent shape. It looks like the only thing I see is they must have dropped it when they shipped it, and this has kind of been out of place. So when I take it apart, I'm gonna try to get it all back in place. See, this broke right here a little bit. I mean, it's no big deal. But I'm gonna take it apart and get this. We'll go through the steps of getting this ROM relocator in here. And now I've got two ROMs in here, and I don't need them because this one ROM will do 1.3 and 3.1. So we can take this one out. It was, back when I was first doing this in the other Amiga, I didn't know if it would let me use this one, so I put this one in here just in case, and it did. So I can use this one that switches. So that's the one we'll be adding into this today. All right, got it all taken apart here, and if anybody's taken apart 1000 before, these metal shield in here sucks. They got like 100 screws in it. But anyway, it looks really clean in here, very clean. I'm really surprised, actually. It looks very nice. So anyway, there's a few things we have to do to the board besides just relocate the ROM to get it to work correctly, because the disk drive is in the way, and that's what this whole board is for. It kind of kicks it over to the side and back some, because this is just really in a bad spot to add anything to it. But it'll go underneath the disk drive cable, and we'll pop it in there. You have a little wire here you have to run, and then I'll run the switch out here somewhere. I'm not sure where I'm gonna run it to yet. Man, it almost busted up the keyboard connection there. That took the brunt of the hit. But anyway, we can straighten it back up, and it looks like it'll work. I might have to pop some glue underneath it to keep it from wiggling around. But anyway, so I'm going to take these cables off, and I gotta get this daughterboard off of here, and I'll show you the steps to get it in here. Okay, so we got the daughterboard out of the 1000, and you have to take out pin 17, and I don't want to cut the leg or anything like that, so I'm going to install this socket, and we're going to put the chip back in, because I want to make this as reversible as possible. So we're going to pull this chip out. And we won't bore you with the whole thing, so I'll do a couple here, and then we'll cut it and come back. Okay, so we got the socket in, and we just have, all I'm going to do is like tilt pin 17 out, so when we put it in the socket, it won't make the connection. And then if I ever want to reverse this, it's no big deal. So let me get these pins lined up a little better here, and then we'll pop it. Try to pop it in nice and smooth. See how it goes here. Okay, I think that's in good. And so now you have to find UK4, which is this one here. And you need to put a jumper between pin 1 and pin 20 with a 4.7K resistor. And I found it easy to flip it over and just put one between the pins, which are, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Second chip down, 1, 2 right there. So it would be these two pins here and here. This is pin 1, this is pin 20. So I'm going to put a jumper with a 4K resistor. Unfortunately, I don't have any thing but a surface mount, so I'm gonna have to kind of rig it up, but we'll make it work. Okay, so I got my jumper in right here. I got my little surface mount resistor right here, 4.7K resistor. Okay, so that's done. So now the next thing, again, they want you to do, or the original instructions want you to do it on the chip side, but it goes in the 1000 like this anyway. So to me, I thought it was a little easier to do them on this back side. So the next thing is you connect the wire from the relocator to this point right here on the back side of the board. J1 is what they call it. So it's in this area here on the daughter board, and I've got it marked with my marker there. So all we do is just take the relocator and make our connection there, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my daughter board all hooked up, my relocator's all hooked up. So then all you do is you go to your CPU here, you remove it. I've already loosened it up. It's not that easy to get out. We'll put the daughter board back in. Now this is a little bit fun sometimes, lining all these pin headers up, but it's not terribly difficult. Okay, everything's back in nice and tight. Get this out of the way. And your relocator board plugs into your CPU socket, like so. Pretty simple. This little extra wire out of the way. Okay. And this is the switch for the dual ROM there. And then we'll put the CPU into the relocator. Oops. One pin didn't go in. I think the other side's good. Just this one pin. Just want it to be a turkey. Yep, that one right there. Right on the back. Make sure it's lined up a little better this time. Okay, try it again. Back side first, or the side closest to you. Wiggle everything in, and we're good this time. Okay, now I don't know where I'm gonna mount this, or if I'm gonna mount this, or what. I hadn't decided yet. I need somewhere to just get easy access to it. Let's remove our little side door here. And we'll just stick it out there for right now. Don't want to lose it. Alright, we'll come right out the side with it. Disk drive cable back in. And that thing's all twisted, isn't it? Okay. So we're all back in. Everything looks good, and we're gonna go hook it up and fire it up and see what happens. Okay, I was fixing to go over here and test this thing, and then I remembered I have to remove these chips from two sections here, and of course they're under the disk drive. So what I've done is loosened up the screws. I'm gonna try to get them out without having to take everything apart here. Be really careful and slow. There we go. Okay. Not too difficult, but I hate I forgot about it. I haven't done this in a pretty good while. I thought I had made a video about doing this when I did the first one I did, but obviously I didn't, so I figured I'd go ahead and make it this time. I mean, this is pretty old news. It's not like it's something new, but you know, still, I like to share the things I do when I remember to share. But we're gonna pop this back in, and then we're gonna go over here and test it. So I'll be right back. Okay, so got her all hooked up, and we'll see what happens. Okay, there's 1.3. Flip the switch here. Fire it back up. And there's 3.1. So, it's working. That's great. Awesome, awesome, good stuff. And so, yeah, we'll get this all put back together and all that. But you can see it's a pretty simple mod for 1000, which is nice. I'm going to play around some more, do some other little things with this 1000, but you know, that's pretty much showing you simple to do. I know there's other revisions of this relocator board. This is, like I said, I've had this a while, but you know, it looks good, goes in nice. Switch, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet exactly. Might run it out here beside the keyboard cable, and you know, mount it on the outside with some glue or something that can peel off, you know, easily. That actually would probably be the best option right there. So do something like that, and then, you know, that way I can reverse it if I ever want to. All right.